educative, we're entertaining. Information is power. We'll give you the best when it comes to music. We'll give you the best when it comes to news, current affairs, and sports. We are the best. Carnival Radio, Carnival Radio, Carnival Radio. We are the best. Carnival Radio, enjoyment unlimited.
Good evening and welcome. This is Carnival Radio World News. I am Oluwadamilare Patmos. To begin the World News this evening, we start from Africa. A senior official of Tanzania's main opposition party has been arrested amid a crackdown on dissenting voices ahead of next week's general election. John Eche, deputy chairperson of Chadema, was detained while attempting to attend the treason trial of party leader Tudus Lissu. In a statement, Chadema alleged that the government planned to arrest senior party leaders and detain them until after the elections, which will take place on 29 October. The government has not responded to his accusation. Chidema stated that Aceh was apprehended as he arrived at the High Court in Dar es Salaam on Wednesday. The party also alleged that Aceh is being transported to Terim, a northern town more than 1,300 kilometers away from the Dar es Salaam. The police have not commented on the arrest, which was Aceh's second detention in a week. Moving forward to North America, U.S. President Donald Trump has defended his decision to demolish part of the White House East Wing to build a ballroom, calling the construction music to my ears, despite mounting criticism of the project. Speaking to senators from the Republican Party at the White House on Tuesday, Trump also stated that they probably hear the beautiful sound of construction in the back. When he hears that sound, it reminds him of money. Trump, a former property developer, is spending $250 million on a new 90,000 square feet ballroom to host parties, state visits, and other events. But since work began on Monday, a number of critics have spoken out, among them his one-time rival, Eric Clayton. Moving forward to South America, Colombia's former president has had two convictions for fraud and bribery overturned after he was sentenced to 12 years of house arrest. Alvaro Uribe became the first Colombian leader to be criminally convicted after a trial in August in which a judge handed the 73-year-old the maximum sentence. The case against him was linked to claims he ordered a lawyer to bribe jail paramilitaries to discredit claims he had ties to the organizations. Uribe has always maintained his innocence. The right-wing politician, who was president between 2002 and 2010, is best known for waging an aggressive offensive against left-wing Farik rebel and remains an influential figure in the South American nation. U.S. Secretary of the State Marco Rubio previously criticized Uribe convictions, arguing that his only crime has been to tirelessly fight and defend his homeland. In Europe, at least 7 people have been killed, including 2 children, during the intense Russian drone and missile strike on Ukraine, officials say. The kindergarten was hit in Ukraine's second biggest city, Kyiv, and there was widespread damages. In Kyiv, children were among these 27 people wounded. Hours earlier, US President Donald Trump said his plan for an imminent summit in Budapest with Russia Vladimir Putin had been severed as he did not want a wasted meeting. President Vladimir Zelensky said the attack proved Moscow had not come under enough pressure for its continued war. The Kremlin has rejected calls for a ceasefire along the current front lines made both by Trump's and European leaders. However, Russian officials stated on Wednesday that preparation for a Trump-Putin summit was continually disputing the US president's assessment that it had been put on hold. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov stated that the date had yet to be agreed upon and carefully preparation was needed. In Asia, an Australian man has been charged after police allege he stole dozens of Labubu dolls worth around 9,000 Asian dollar. Victoria Police raided a property in Melbourne on Tuesday, seizing 43 of the dolls, some of which were limited edition and worth up to 500 Asian dollar each. Detective says the collectible were nabbed from a shopping center during four separate robberies that have taken place since July. The El Fakif culture from Chinese maker Pop Mart have polished bodies and veiny faces adorned with pointy ears and a mischievous grin showing exactly 9 teeth. They have become ugly popular around the globe, sparking long queues outside shops and fueling massive profits for their maker. He was released on bail and will appear before Melbourne Magistrate Court in May next year. In Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has strongly defended his ambassador to the US after Donald Trump said he did not like the diplomat during a meeting at the White House. On Monday, Trump was asked about Kevin Rudd, a former prime minister turned ambassador to the US, who wrote several now deleted tweets critical of the US president years before his Washington posting. Rudd owned up to the tweet, prompting the US leader to state that he does not like him either and causing the room to erupt in laughter. The high-stakes meeting with Trump's was Albany's first, and the Prime Minister later dismissed the comment as banter amid calls to sack Rudd. Australia's opposition leader Susan Lee said Trump's comment meant Rudd's position was untenable and that he should be dismissed as ambassador. The news was brought. And with that, we've come to the end of Carnival Radio World News this evening. You can download the Carnival Media app on Google Play Store and the iOS App Store. You can also check out our website at www.carnivalmedia.ng. The news was packaged by Oluwulagba Damilola. I am Oluwadamilare Padmos. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good evening.